trouble. Their money laundering scam is being exposed. So I'm going to talk about that right in the beginning. That is a big one. A big one, big one. I'm going to go through all the details of it. We'll be on the air in just a few seconds. And of course, it's open phones today. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. So anything and everything you have in your mind's fair game. But I got a bunch of stuff to get into myself. All right, here we go. Show with. All right, welcome everyone. My name is Brian Craig. And of course, you're listening to Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. We got through the first week of our time change. I'm starting to get used to it a little bit today, I must tell you. Oh, man, welcome. We've got so much to talk about. The Biden money laundering operation is being exposed, and we're going to talk about that right out of the box today. Now, of course, it is Friday, March 17th. It is St. Patrick's Day, and I'm wearing green. I'm wearing green just so people don't bug me about it all day, okay? That's the only reason I'm wearing green. But you know what I wonder? I'm serious about this, because I'm wearing green for St. Patrick's Day. I know a lot of you will wear green today. Are we guilty of cultural appropriation? Are we appropriating Irish culture today? Oh, my goodness. All right, we've got a lot to talk about. Now, of course, since it is Friday, that means open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Anything and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. You are not limited to the topics that I bring up on the show today, but I got a lot of things we're going to jump into, and I hope that you find the subject matter that I introduce interested enough to comment on, but you are not limited to that subject matter today. You can call in about anything you want to discuss. I want to start with the Biden crime family money laundering operation being exposed. And I'm going to do a big warning to you out there before I go through this. You are going to hear a lot of fake MAGA, Rhino Republican in name only, and trolls say, we already knew about that. Don't you love these people that just know everything in the world? They know we already knew. These people make me physically ill at their attempted distractions and their arrogance. There is a big difference in those of us who follow the news and the issues religiously, as opposed to the general population that don't follow the news, all right? This money laundering operation, if you listen to this program, you read the books of Peter Schweitzer, you know all about, we do have a lot of new information here, but you know about their criminal operation. If you're just someone that doesn't follow news and politics all the time, this is news to you. And it is being entered into the official congressional record and congressional hearings, which means it gets national news for the first time. So this is big. Don't let these trolls, fake MAGA, rhinos tell you, we already knew. There's nothing new here. Oh, my goodness. Because that's what they'll do. That's what they'll try to tell you. And there's also a big difference in knowing something and then having evidence to prove it. And what we have now is a paper trail of very well documented criminal activity going on by the Biden crime family. And this is wonderful. And the reason they document everything is because they're so arrogant, they never imagined they'd get busted or held accountable or questioned. So don't let any of those trolls, fake MAGA, rhino distractors tell you that this is anything other than huge news. And there's another factor with it. A lot of Democrats want this senile old coot to go to the nursing home and in Delaware and not run in 2024. So there's a conflict inside the Democrat Party itself, which is a very unusual thing. And many Democrats are very happy promoting this story. All right, so we're in a whole new ball game right now, and I'm going to get into the details of it after the first break because I've got a breakdown of this of the new news with their money laundering operation and how the money was spread around. And I don't want to have to interrupt it in the middle of it for the first break. So I'm going to after the first break, I'm going to get into all of this. But this is this it's an interesting thing because all these investigations and accusations against Donald Trump, people, it's more than just harassment. It certainly is that, and it's all those terrible things. But these political forces of the uniparty in Washington are in total shock and awe that after these endless investigations of Donald Trump's business practices and associations, that they have found zero criminal activity. And you know why that is? Why do you think that is? Why are they so shocked and amazed that they haven't found any crimes committed by Donald Trump and that he and his family are squeaky clean Marines that don't do crime? You know why that is? Because they're criminals. All of them are influence peddlers. They take bribes. They sell America out. They're all involved in crimes. So they just assume everyone that's rich is a criminal. No, your people are. You are, but no. And that's what has them that's why they keep investigating. There's got to be something. Everyone's doing crime. No, not everyone does crime. Now, the uniparty people do, but not the Trump family or the Trump organization. And it just totally blows their mind. Now, I'm going to give out our number. We'll take our first break. And as I say, it is Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind's fair game on Friday's show. But when we get back from the break, I'm going to get into the details of the latest news in the Biden crime family money laundering op. Our number is toll free 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631 1-888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call no matter where you're listening to us. I'm Brian Craig. You're listening to The Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action.
Oh, man, this is just, this is huge news. Huge news. So where the money went, that's what I'm going to get into when we get back. Let's see, where am I? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I mean, aren't you guys excited? Hey, how many of you out there are wearing green, by the way? Am I the only one? A lot of you may not be out and about yet. So I actually didn't wake up. When I got out of the shower, I got dressed. I did not have a green shirt on. And then I remember, oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. And I think this is the only green shirt that I have. So I had to get it out. But I didn't want to wake my wife up. So I used the flashlight on my phone in the closet looking for it. And I found it. I tried to find it without the light on, but it's too dark. It didn't look green in the dark. Yeah, but I feel like I'm committing cultural appropriation. That's a big liberal thought crime, They don't like cultural appropriation. Okay. Yes. Hold on, where am I? Let's see. All right. Oh, like I said at the top, I'm only wearing green so people don't bug me about it all day everywhere I go. If I'm wearing the green, I won't hear crap all day. If I don't, I'll hear, oh, you're not wearing green. You know what, St. Patrick, you know what I mean? I just don't want to be bothered. Yeah. You know how people are. Oh, man. It's for all Americans. That's right. What would America be without the Irish? Did a lot of good for this country. Absolutely. I wonder what percentage of the white population is of Irish descent. Not the people that claim it, the people that really are. Yes, I'm Brian O'Craig today. Just today. hmm Oh yeah. The Irish were treated terribly. Just terrible. You're Irish, D? Good, good, good. hmm I don't imagine there's much pinching going on to those who don't wear green today. You touch somebody like that today, they'll go all, they'll think you're Harvey Weinstein. You'll get all jammed up. All right. All right, welcome back, one and all. It is 17 minutes after the hour. It is Friday. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. Mike Lindell and My Pillow have this great new My Pillow mattress topper, the Mattress Topper 2.0, which is a major upgrade on the standard mattress topper. The My Pillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0, which not only will give you a night's sleep like you've never had before, because that mattress topper will transform your bed into a big My Pillow, but the My Pillow mattress topper 2.0 has that cooling technology in it so that you are the perfect body temperature all night long, not just your head with the My Pillow 2.0, but now your whole complete body. And my wife has been telling me that this is just a wonderful thing for women who are going through menopause, who get hot, hot, hot at night. And the 3-inch My Pillow mattress topper helps with that so much. And it's 40% off with our promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout at mypillow.com. And also, you get free shipping. So free shipping and 40% off the My Pillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0 when you use our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. And of course, when you do that, you're supporting this great show and our radio station, but you're also supporting Mike Lindell. And, Mike Lindell was on the War Room with Steve Bannon earlier this week, and he has spent so much money and continues to do so defending Trump that he had to actually take out this. This is what Mike Lindell said to Steve Bannon. He had to take out a $10 million loan to cover expenses at My Pillow, and he has vowed not to lay a single person off, and he has not laid a single person off. Through everything that's happened to him and the pandemic and everything. It's really amazing. So go to mypillow.com, use our promo code Kane. Now, of course, you can use our promo code Kane to take advantage of any of the deals you see there, not just the ones that I highlight, but you're supporting a lot of great causes when you use our promo code Kane. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879. Promo code Kane, Kane, and just great deals. Again, 40% off and free shipping on the new and improved My Pillow 3-inch mattress topper 2.0. Okay, so let's get into it. This massive new wrinkle for the Bidens. We've got this new money laundering exchange, getting that money from China that has been exposed. And I've got the complete breakdown right here in my hand of this recent Chinese payment that's been exposed and how they doled it out to friends, associates, business partners, and yes, even Beau's widow. The House Oversight Committee Chairman Comer revealed yesterday, less than 2 months after Biden left office as Obama's VP, State Energy HK Limited, a firm that's with the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, wired $3 million. Imagine they wired $3 million to Rob Walker, who's an associate of the Biden crime family. The windfall was divvied up over a period of about 3 months to at least 3 members of the Biden family and 2 Biden family associates. So here is how the $3 million in Chinese cash was split up between Biden associates and family members. 1,065,000, so that's a big chunk, went to James Gilliar. Now listen to this. This is amazing. So he got $1,065,000. James Gilliar. He's an ex-British Special Forces officer with ties to the UK intelligence services. So what are they doing, the Biden family, working with someone from the UK British intelligence service? You know, the British intelligence is where the fake Russian dossier came from about President Trump. I wonder if this has anything to do with that. So he got $1,065,000. They say he's a business partner of Hunter, but we really don't know what business Hunter is in. John Rob Walker received $869,308. Why such an odd amount? Why the 8? I don't know. He's an associate of the Biden family. His bank account appears to have kept what was left of the 3 million Chinese wire transfer dollars after near identical sums of $1,065,000 and $1,065,692 were distributed by Walker to Gilliar and members of the Biden family. Walker is an ex-Clinton administration official. Really? Oh, so now we got the Clinton family involved in this. His wife was an assistant to Jill Biden when Joe was VP. See, what they do here, now, obviously, they're working with British intelligence to undermine Trump. There's something going on there. That's why he got some money. Probably, I don't know exactly why, but, you know, they're obviously working with British intelligence somehow, you know, this because they have this connection to British intelligence. But notice how when people work for them, they get recruited into the crime family. Hunter Biden got $610,692. That's right. The First Son's Wasco PC and RSTP LLC accounts, as well as First Clearing LLC account that the committee believes belongs to Hunter, received 6 wire transfers between March 27th, 2017 and April 18th, 2017. So Hunter received $610,692. James Biden, that's Joe's crooked brother, received $360,000. And there were 5 payments made to him, totaling that, by the way. And then Hallie Biden, $25,000, Beau's widow. So, yeah, I know, $25,000. Why did they only give her $25,000? I don't know. She certainly earned the money, having to put up with the Biden family. And this is at a time when she was sleeping with Hunter. Maybe it was hush money, because she was sleeping with Hunter at the time, which is really gross, you know, being in a relationship like that with your sister-in-law. What is this, the Middle Ages? It's pretty disgusting, isn't it? Well, hey, these are the Bidens. This is just how they roll. But she probably was around Hunter doing all his dirty dealings, so they threw some change her way, $25,000, as hush money. It's probably a hush money payment. And she is obviously the weak link in this chain. So I'm really looking forward to her being called in front of the committee and being questioned about this. And obviously, there is no business. This is bribe money. And I'm very curious about this guy from British intelligence that got the bulk of the money. What is the Biden family connection to British intelligence? Why do they have this kind of connection to British intelligence? But when you're, you know, I watch a lot of ID. I like Law and Order. I like those FBI shows. When you're doing an interrogation, you always want to find the weakest link and flip them on the rest of the, you know, the operation. And I think Hallie Biden is the most likely to flip. First off, she's got to hate them, right? She's got to hate them. That now, you know, there's no way things ended well between her and Hunter. So, and she doesn't want to do time, and she doesn't have the same protections as other members of the family have had for so long. So I think a lot of focus is going to be on Hallie Biden. They're going to bring out the violins about her being a widow and everything. But, you know, I'm sorry. She shouldn't have started having sex with her brother-in-law, Hunter. So she's the weak link. She will break. She will flip. She will sing like a canary. And this is a beautiful thing. These people need to be exposed. All right, now we're going to take our break for the bottom of the hour. There's more to share, but that's the basic breakdown of the whole thing. And it's pretty clear what happened. It's bribe money. And they're paying these other people off for something. I'm most curious, though, why did they pay off this guy from British intelligence? He got most of the money. He got a bigger share than anyone. All right, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'm Brian Craig, 888 Go Kane 1. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again.
Yeah, this is awesome. It doesn't get better than this, guys. Do you think Hallie Biden will flip? I do. I think she will flip on a dime. Let's see, where am I? Oh, yeah, this is great stuff. Doesn't get better than this. Doesn't get better than this. Oh, man. Well, like I said, I imagine they gave her the money as hush money because she was around Hunter so much. She saw all the dirty dealings that they were doing. So they threw her some, little 25,000 just to, you know, implicate her in the crimes to keep her quiet. And when they did that, they gave her a good reason to talk. Mm-hmm. Oh no, they'll lead. They're leading all over the place. Don't you worry. See, I told you. I was like, oh, nothing's going to happen. Now this is different. We got that. We've got the committees in the House now. Okay, so this is a big deal. And you guys understand. To the Democrats, to your average Democrat, this is brand new breaking news to them. So they're like in shock about all these things that are that are going on. Unfortunately, my plans, something came up, and I'm not going to be able to go out of town today. A little disappointed, but some things came up, and I can't leave town. So I'm going to miss my tour of the Star Trek sets, but I'll get to do it another time. It's not my only opportunity to do it. I just can't go today. Oh, boy. I know. Is it not amazing? Now, guys, I'm serious when I tell you, go to mypillow.com and buy whatever you can with our promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout. When you use my promo code Kane at mypillow.com, you're supporting all my content, the YouTube channel, the radio show, my podcast and everything. But you're also helping Mike Lindell, who had to take out that $10 million loan to pay off, because he's fighting for Trump so hard. I mean, this is amazing. And he hasn't laid off a single person. So, you're doing a lot of good when you use my promo code Kane, Kane, at checkout at mypillow.com. And all the products are great. I mean, I have everything, and I bought them all using the promo code. Bought them all, except the first My Pillow. We didn't have the promo code and paid regular price for that. But all the others, I use the promo code and just buy everything. Yes, it is open phones. You ordered a throw rug, or a blanket. Ugh. Go prosecute them. Biden's not going to go to jail. All right. Biden's not going to go to jail. But they are running him. Okay. They are running him. He is going to be their nominee. So this scandal is going to do so much damage. Between the economy being wrecked, them dragging us into a war, and having the scandal as president, Trump will sweep right in. It's beautiful. They're not going to put a president in jail. If that's your standard, you'll be disappointed. See, that's what you said. A lot of these people, they set their standards so high. They're not going to put presidents and first ladies and first sons in prison. And you really don't want them to, because if we did that for their crimes, they'd start going after Don Jr. and Eric and Melania. You know? Oh, yes. Has the Tiger King gotten any endorsements yet? Let's see, where am I? If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. And everyone, please like the video. When you like the video, That tells the YouTube algorithm to recommend this video to people that have not yet found my channel. That helps the channel grow. I am just 640 some subs away from the big 60K. So at 60K, I mean, I just can't believe I'm so close to 60,000 subscribers. It is so exciting. Thanks to all of you guys out there spreading the word and subscribing yourself. Oh, yeah, I'm a little disappointed I can't go out of town, but things happen. I know. That's okay. I know. Well, we're not quite there yet. I am 646 away. 646 subs away from 60,000. So get your friends to sub if you're not. Be amazing. You joined when there were 28. Oh my goodness. I'll remember all you guys, okay, when I get to the 100,000. I promise. Here we go. All right. Yes. What a glorious Friday. It is St. Patrick's Day. I am wearing green. And for today, I am Brian O'Craig, just for today. All right. So we started off with just great news. The Biden crime family money laundering operation exposed. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Hey, Mike.
You're right. We're talking about the Biden crime family here. And you're right. Haley is going to flip. She's going to flip.
Oh, yeah. That 25,000 of hers is gone. And she's probably not on the payroll anymore. Right? Like Hunter and the rest. So what reason does she have not to rat them out? Why should she risk anything for them?
We're possibly looking at like a Samuel Bull Gravano or a Hank Hill, you know?
It's Henry Hill. Henry Hill. That's the guy. Henry Hill is Ray Liotta from Goodfellas. That's who he was playing.
Yes. So, because, I mean, I say Samuel Bull because, what's his name didn't think, Gotti didn't think he was going to turn on him, but Gotti was always paranoid about rats and being ratted out. And, well, if you're that paranoid, eventually somebody's going to turn on you.
Yep. And Haley, and I know how they're trying to make Hallie Biden as some kind of saintly-like figure in the media. Oh, Biden's widow. If she was so saintly, why was she having sex with her brother-in-law?
Right, that's right.
And that's pretty sick. That is sick.
It all goes back to the fact that you've got this dementia-riddled old coot in the White House that wants to set his family up for the rest of their lives, you know. And
exactly.
The problem is we're talking about what the Democrats can do to get him out of there. Well, he said he wants to run again. All right. And
you know what really surprised? All this money. What did they spend it on? All that money that Hunter got. Where did he spend it? Did it all go on drugs and hookers? It really surprises me is that Hunter hasn't bought his own brothel or escort service. Wouldn't that be cheaper?
And that would be cheaper, but then again, we can't accuse the Bidens of being smart.
Oh yeah, and the Biden, the Biden spent all this money. This money that just came out. This was a few years ago. That money's all gone. It's all gone. So they need more money. So this is only the beginning of a long list of things that are going to drop about them taking bribes from China and God knows who else. Hey, Mike, thanks for the call. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, how you doing?
Oh, hey, Richie.
Oh, great.
Yes, Brian O'Craig. That's right.
Here's the deal. I've been following this because I remember you saying that Hillary will never go to jail.
Correct.
And I don't want to be, I think that all this is going to do is really muddy him up, which is good for the,
Of course.
to think that this old bag of old oatmeal is walking the earth at this point in the White House when you have patriotic Americans that for trespassing are in jail 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with the justice system in this country?
Well, listen. Presidents and first ladies and first children are not going to go to prison, and we don't want to get into the. No, but it's not. But let's be real. Let's be real here. So if you set up this standard that it's a failure unless Biden goes to prison, then you're going to be disappointed. But we really don't want that to happen, and because if we started applying equal justice to these corrupt leaders of ours, the Clintons and the Bidens, they'll trump up some charges on the Trump family and they'll have Barron in juvie hall. If we start putting them in prison.
Time out. They've been going after Trump for fake stuff.
Yeah, but they haven't. But if they start putting, if we put these criminals, the Clintons and the Bidens, in prison, they'll find a way to put the Trumps in prison, and we don't want that. We don't want to start that standard of things. But that's just the way it is.
Yeah, but I understand it's the way it is, but it's not right. I mean, it really isn't right. You know it isn't right.
Well, I know it shouldn't be that way, but I don't live in the world of should. I live in, I'm dealing with. I could sit here and jazz people up like a lot of people do and say they're going to jail and everybody be excited, but I'm not gonna lie to the audience.
No, you don't understand. I agree with you. They're not going to jail, but they should go to jail because it's disgusting. This guy's a creep. I mean, he really is a creep, and he's destroyed the United States. And he's in bed with Russia. Listen, Benedict Arnold did less than the Revolutionary period than this idiot in the White House right now, and he's totally disgusting. Totally disgusting.
Yeah, that's right.
Please, I watch all these hearings, by the way. I like to let them know that it's on what you call cspan.org on the computer. You could get any hearing, the daily hearings of the day, because the C-SPAN doesn't carry it all the time, and the media is silent on this. The only ones are Fox and Newsmax and LA. The others, you don't hear nothing about this.
No. Well, no, this Fox, with all their faults, is all over this. But what's going to happen, see, over the next few months, there's going to be more and more stories like this coming out of the Biden family. And to most people, this is breaking news. And then when we have Trump versus Biden in the campaign, he's going to be, between the economy, their fake war, and these scandals, he's going to be so wounded and damaged. Oh.
I don't think he can debate at this point. I think when he goes up against Trump this time, he'll be fumbling. I don't think
any of the whoever the Democrat nominee is, I don't think they'll debate Trump. I think they'll say that because of January 6th, it's not something they're not going to give him the credibility of that. They will not debate Trump.
No, Biden said, well, listen to this one. Biden already announced that he's not going to run a normal campaign again, because he says he's going to send surrogates out into the country, and he's going to sit back again in his house. He's not going to be.
But before he sends surrogates out, he has them come over and sniffs their hair to give them some good luck.
Listen, you have a great weekend. Enjoy Georgia.
I'm not going. Something came up. Sadly, I'm not going to Georgia. I was looking forward to it, but something came up. That's okay. No. Something came up that's good. All right, take care. Something else came up and it's good. But I can't go to Georgia today. I'm gonna go. I'll go sometime soon, but not today. Oh, I got to tell you guys. It's St. Patrick's Day, and of course, Anne Marie's has a big St. Patrick's Day celebration in Pompano. At Anne Marie's, which is in Pompano on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road, in the same plaza as the movie theater. All their dough, like their pizza dough, all their dough products will be green. They're going to have live music. They're having a patio party outside tonight. They got a nice patio area. Going to have a party out there tonight. So if you're looking for a place to have a great St. Patrick's Day evening at Anne Marie's in Pompano. Make sure you tell them that you heard about them on the radio, okay, when you stop in there tonight or anytime, actually. But if you're looking for a place to go for St. Patrick's Day, that is the place to go. Anne Marie's in Pompano. Now, this is the way it is, okay? All of these people should be in jail. Washington, they're all criminals up there, except Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene and the great MAGA people we have, okay? They don't do these things. These people in Washington do, okay? And they've always done it. And what I tell people a lot about Biden and his family, they don't know that they're criminals. They don't know another way. They're criminally insane. This is just how Washington works to these people. So when they hear these stories, they just get ticked off. They don't think that they've done anything wrong. They really don't. And they actually think they're helping people. I mean, if you look at it from their perspective. And, and another good thing about it is, so far as a public relations disaster, this is a huge I said Publix, not the grocery store. This is a huge public relations disaster for them. Big time. And the reason that it is, okay, is because they keep accusing Trump of things. Like this thing with Stormy Daniels. I was talking about this a couple days ago. Why is Trump facing any type of legal action? Because he was the victim of someone trying to extort money from him, Stormy Daniels. Isn't she the criminal? Of course. So they've been accusing Trump of things. There's nothing there. And now we're going to have concrete evidence on top of what just came out yesterday of real crimes by Biden and his family. This is beautiful. Celebrate it. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning. Once. Yeah.
Good morning.
Yeah. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Serge from Washington.
Washington State or D.C.?
Washington State.
Oh, okay. All right. What's on your mind?
The scary part is talking about Biden and we have a dementia patient walking around the White House.
Correct.
Who knows who's running the show?
That's right.
Seems,
That's right. That's why the Afghan withdrawal was such a disaster. You were correct.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the scary part,
It is scary.
They're going to use all kinds of stories to trash our great President Trump.
Mm-hmm. Well, good luck. They've been trying that for years and nothing stuck because he's done nothing wrong.
Hopefully, Mr. Trump and we, the American people, become the
47th president. That's right. That's right. Trump forever. I got to tell you, what's it like being a MAGA person in the state of Washington?
It's the worst thing ever because anything Washington does, it follows California and Oregon, and it's just sickening.
Are you like in the closet out there though? When you're out and about, you don't wear a "Make America Great Again" hat or anything, do you?
Well, I try to, wear, my MAGA hat, but you have a very select few of people that are like, yeah, President.
You're like, what you got? You know what MAGA people are in Seattle and Oregon and California? They're what gays used to be like years ago, right? In the closet. In the closet.
Because
well, you're like Anne Frank in the attic, actually. Being MAGA in Washington State, you're like Anne Frank in the attic.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm serious.
That's pretty accurate.
And you never know when those liberal cops are going to come knocking at the door.
You don't. Just like what the mayor said. The mayor called it the summer of love, where BLM and all kinds of destruction happened, and they made it public, and they called it the summer of love.
Yeah, remember the Chaz?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Hey, listen, I got to run for a break, but thanks for the call. All right, yeah, undercover closeted MAGA in the MAGA attic of Washington State. My name is Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. And remember, Friday is open phones. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. You're not just limited to the topics and the stories that I bring up. Anything and everything on your mind is fair game on Friday's show at 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
Brian Craig here. I've suffered with massive pain in my knee for years, but not anymore. It's all gone, thanks to Dr. Appleton and his laser away pain system. I'm in studio right now with Dr. Appleton. Dr. Appleton, how'd you do it?
By treating the knee pain with laser, treatment is simple and no side effects. I have robotic lasers that have a wonderful effect on joint pain. These are all FDA approved.
Now, you don't just help.
Oh, man. I'm going to go through the NBC News, liberal fake news version of the Hunter Biden, Joe Biden Chinese money scam. Let's see. I have not read the story, just read the first paragraph or so. Let's see how they process it over at the left wing news outlets. Let's see. We got to do a commercial here. Okay. Herbie Hancock. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Oh, am I the only one wearing green? Are you guys wearing green? A lot of you probably haven't left the house, so you don't have a need to put on green yet. But if you're leaving the house, will you wear green today? All right. Let me see here. Isn't that interesting? All right. Welcome back, one and all. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. That's right. Indeed, it is. Oh, man. Big, very important question. Do you or someone you know or love suffer from neuropathy? Oh, man. Neuropathy is torture. It's torture. And, you go to your doctors, even specialists like neurologists, and they will tell you that there's no treatment for neuropathy. That is your life now. Learn to deal with it. Well, that's not true. We found Lighthouse Medical Center in Pompano, and they have a treatment for neuropathy, and they have a treatment that works. It worked on Steve Kane and many listeners of this audience. And all those torturous symptoms that you're suffering from with your neuropathy, well, you can say goodbye to those. Numbness, pain, burning, sensation in your body, the tingling in your hands and feet. Maybe you have no feeling in your hands and feet. That very painful and also maddening tingling feeling that goes on in your hands and feet, dizziness, muscle weakness, falling down, all that stuff gone. And by the way, if you can't make it to Pompano, still give them a call, okay? They can still help you. But when you call, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio so you can take advantage of their no-charge consultation. Here's their number, 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642 and online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com. All right, and say bye-bye to your neuropathy. Okay, so I'm going through this. This is a huge story. So NBC News, fake news, liberal, NBC News, they've reported on this latest finding because they have to. I'm going to go through this. I've not read the story beyond the first two paragraphs. But I'm curious as to how the liberal fake news at NBC News processed this huge scandal. The Republican chairman of the House Oversight Committee published a memo Thursday alleging, even though they have documented proof of it, that Hunter Biden and at least two Biden relatives were paid $1.3 million from an associate of the president's son who has links to a Chinese energy company. They are alleged to have been paid after associate Rob Walker was wired $3 million in March 2017 from a Chinese energy company affiliated with another company that Biden had been doing business with. They left out a lot of information there, like this guy that got the $3 million and then divvied it up is with British intelligence. You know, I have a theory that I've had for quite some time that I've not really shared, okay? But do you notice how British intelligence is connected to so much that's terrible in this country? British intelligence are wrapped up in this Biden financial scandal. The guy that got the $3 million is with British intelligence, and he split it up between the Biden family and everyone, right? They don't tell you that here. British intelligence did the Russian dossier. British intelligence gave us the fake information that there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq, which led to that. British intelligence got us into the Second World War and God knows what else. And you know what my theory is? And this, I know this will sound crazy, but maybe we never really lost. I mean, maybe we never really won the American Revolution. Maybe they never really lost the American Revolution. Maybe those loyalists were in power after we thought we won the American Revolution and we're a Commonwealth nation of England, and we just don't know it because the British intelligence service seems to have a lot of influence over the United States government, don't they? And they get us involved in all kinds of things. So Rob Walker, he's the guy from British intelligence. They don't tell you that here. He got the $3 million from the CCP and he split it up. It's unclear what services were provided to obtain the money, Comer says. Yeah, we know. Selling America, it's bribe money. While the $3 million figure in the payments of Hunter Biden's were reported almost a year ago, Comer's memorandum highlighted what the committee described as new evidence obtained by a subpoena of Walker's bank records. Two payments totaling $35,000 to Hallie Biden. And I like how they say, well, this was reported almost a year ago. Oh, that makes it okay? Because this crime was reported on about a year ago, not even quite a year, that's like it doesn't matter. It's like an old crime, so it shouldn't be looked at. Is that what they're implying here? Seems that way to me. The committee is concerned about the information revealed in these bank records, including why Hallie Biden, publicly reported to work as a school counselor, received money from Walker's firm, this guy from British intelligence. Yeah. Why? I think because she was sleeping with Hunter. She knew about the business, so he threw some money as hush money. I think Hallie Biden with this $35,000 was bribed. It was hush money. Don't talk about what you're, because Hunter is in bed doing all this dirty dealing and she's next to him, her brother-in-law, sickos. So they, hush money. That would be my guess. Would you guys agree with that? A spokesperson for Hunter Biden's legal team responded to a request from comment. Hunter Biden, a private citizen with every right to pursue his own business endeavors, joined several business partners in seeking a joint venture with a privately owned legitimate energy company in China. Really, did they produce energy? What did this company do? I know it says it's an energy company, but did they produce anything? Were any products or services produced from this energy company? As part of that joint venture, Hunter received a portion of good faith seed funds, which he shared with his uncle James Biden and Hallie Biden, with whom he was involved with at the time, and sharing expenses. Oh, it was like he was paying her back, like she paid for some expense. Give me a break. The spokesperson said that all that in a statement. The accounts so dramatically listed by Congressman Comer belonged to Hunter, his uncle, and Hallie. Nobody else. See, this is the thing. All of this money is the big guy's money, is Pop's money, is Joe's money. And Joe, because he runs for office all the time, he has to release financial disclosures. So what he does is he has people in his family get the money, and then they pay his bills. That's why, remember, it came out that Hunter was owned one of Biden's Delaware houses where the documents were found. Remember this? The classified documents? The house was owned by Hunter. Hunter was even paying Joe and Jill's cell phone bills. See what I mean? It's so that when Joe releases his financial disclosures when he's running for office, he doesn't have all this on his financial disclosures. That's why he does it this way. It's money laundering. One of those guys from the Jersey Shore went to prison for this. Which is the one who went to prison? I forgot his name. The Situation. Was that his name? Yeah. It's money laundering. That's what that's all it is. It's money laundering. And you know what also it is? It's tax evasion on Joe Biden's part. It's the whole thing. The whole thing. You know, and it's becoming quite clear because what's going to happen at some point when more and more of these things come out, Comer's committee is going to start looking into the Biden lifestyle and figuring out how they paid for all this stuff. And we're going to find out this is how they paid for it. And remember, he gets, was it 10%? He probably got more than 10% of this, but he gets 10% minimum of all of their money. It's a pretty good deal for them. Hallie, the brother, Hunter, they don't have to do anything, right? They have to give him 10%. That's the way it is. All right. Now, when we get back from the top of the hour, I've got some other stories that I'm going to jump into, but you're more than welcome to call in about this or anything else you have on your mind. This is huge stuff, you know, and when we get more detailed examples of this, and then they start looking into the Biden expenses, and when the now, you know, like Greg Kelly's done some great reporting in the last 2 years on a lot of this stuff. That's how I know that Hunter owned the house and was paying the cell phone bills and everything. And when we find out that when the public find out that Hunter is paying for all of Joe and Jill's living expenses, and it's obviously a money laundering operation, this is going to shock them beyond imagination, the Democrat voter. Democrat voters have no idea about all this information. It will be new and breaking news to all of them. And that, my friends, is a beautiful thing. Now, I want to tell you guys real quick about Friendly Tire in Margate. You know, Friendly Tire in Margate is also open on Saturdays. And Friendly Tire has the lowest prices on new tires you'll find anywhere. Now, he has thousands of good used tires in stock. So if you want to get used tires, he's got great deals and a huge selection, and they're good quality used tires. But if you want new tires, you will not find prices lower than you will find at Friendly Tire in Margate. I bought 3 sets of new tires in the last 2 months. I got my daughter a new set of Firestone, got my wife a new set of Run Flats, and I got a new set of tires on my car. And I don't mind because the prices are so low. Give Friendly Mike a call. When he gives you a quote over the phone, that is out the door and on the road, okay? Because he doesn't charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire. There's no added charges. The price he gives you is out the door and on the road. And again, Friendly Tire in Margate is open on Saturdays. Give Friendly Mike a call. His number, 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. That's 954-977-9445. All right. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. We'll take our top of the hour break and be right back. Welcome, everyone. If you're new, subscribe. Let's see here. Where is this story?
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the Madden Restaurant March 17th with a delicious
Our children
Here the great man serves and make plans for the extravagant Easter buffet and on-track family fun festival Sunday, April 9th.
because let's
Tickets and
be
info
clear,
at babykennelclub.com. Here's your truly
Oh boy! If you're new, subscribe. Everyone, like the video. Everyone, I'm going to play this audio from the Lieutenant Governor of Minnesota. This is insanity. What's going on in this country? It really is insanity.
Bruce.
I am starving since I did that Anne Marie's commercial. I am so hungry I could eat my arm right now. Yeah. Yeah, I need to keep some Anne Marie's pizza in the refrigerator here at the radio station.
Other symptoms, regular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's it. That's good. Yeah. What? Well, Joe's government salary. Influence peddling is known as bribe. That's a bribe. Cold pizza is awesome. Absolutely. Steve has a freezer filled with Anne Marie's pizza. He has his freezer like freeze dry them and heats them up. But cold pizza is great. But I am starving. If you're new, subscribe, everyone. And please, everyone, like the video. Well, that's freedom soup. These criminals in Washington make the laws. So they make the laws so that they can do crime. So you register as a foreign agent, you register as a lobbyist. It's just they've legalized ways to do their crime. Oh man, that sounds good. Yeah, this is Tommy Hilfiger green shirt. This is the only green shirt I own.
And for sure, the easiest floor to maintain. Here at Will Floor You, we have many patterns and colorways to choose from, all in stock and all on sale. Hey, pick a traditional wood like oak and maple, or a classy European wide and long plank.
The bankrolls are awesome.
Each visual, marked down to as low as $244 a square foot. That's a 30% savings. Come into our stores in Jupiter and Stewart and see for yourself.
But I really am starving. I can smell pizza right now. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to get some takeout on the way home from Anne Marie's.
Family owned and operated for over 30 years. Will Floor You is your hometown floor store that has it all. Visit us online at willfloor.com. Everything boating is at the Palm Beach International Boat Show. Cruising, fishing, water sports, super yachts, engines, accessories, South Florida's VIP.
We'll be back in 1 minute.
23rd through 26th, PDBoatShow.com.
If I wasn't wearing green today, there'd be trolls would be bugging me. You're not wearing green. I'm going to pinch you. Trump has never committed a crime unless you consider making America great again a crime. And a lot of liberals do believe that. They think making America great is a crime. but it's not. Cheesecake or cheese? What you had cheese? What? What was that? Cheese steak. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Nothing happens. You just have people bug you if you wear red today. There we go.
110 to learn more at CRELNinfo.com. Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right. Hour number 2 has begun. Callers on hold, stand by. I am starving. I did that message earlier for Anne Marie's, and and not only am I starving now, I can smell pizza. Can you smell pizza? I can smell pizza. Isn't that the power of suggestion? I am so hungry. Now, don't forget, for St. Patrick's Day, they got a big St. Patrick's Day celebration going on at Anne Marie's in Pompano. All the dough is going to be green, and they'll have live music tonight and a patio party. So that's Anne Marie's in Pompano, and located on the northwest corner of US 1, Federal Highway, and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. So if you're looking for a fun place with great food for St. Patrick's Day, Anne Marie's in Pompano. All right, good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Kool-Aid, West Palm Beach, right?
All right, West Palm, what's up?
All right, man. I think you're doing a great job, man. I really think you're.
Thank you.
I am from Washington State, though. And, the only people that really run Washington State is like the Seattle, Tacoma area. Washington State's made up of little tiny small towns, man. Trust me, they're all MAGA. I got a ton of family up there. They hate what's going on. They hate their government up there. They can't stand.
Yeah.
Shopping parties up in Seattle,
Well, that's true in a lot of places, even in the state of New York. If you took New York City out of the mix, it's a pretty conservative place.
Sure, absolutely. Anyways, listen, I love how you bring up all these, this BS about Biden and stuff like that. But let me tell you something. I'm tired of the talk. It's time for action, man. We got to do something. The Justice Department needs to do something, or
Merrick Garland, who did the raid on Mar-a-Lago, isn't going to do anything. Now, Trump's next Attorney General may do something, but Merrick Garland is a creep. He's corrupt. He puts parents in jail, okay, and surveils parents because they don't want their kids being sent to drag queen parties in school.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man.
All right, take care. Appreciate the call. I want to play this for you guys. This is what's going on. I'm so glad my daughter is grown right now. To have a kid in public school today with what is going on in the public schools has got to be frightening for parents. And I want to play this audio. This is the wackadoodle lieutenant governor of Minnesota, and she's talking about sex change operations for children.
Because let's be clear, this is life-affirming and life-saving healthcare. When children tell us who they are, it is our job as grown-ups to listen and to believe them. That's what it means to be a good parent.
And what's scary, she's a parent. She's a divorced mom, but she's a parent. I don't know who's got custody. I hope the husband's got his head screwed on better than the mom there. When our children tell us who they are, we should have a life-changing operation that is not reversible done to them. Is that crazy? I mean, how many of you have kids that think, any of you think you were a cowboy when you were a kid? You know who a lot of my friends thought they were? Me too. You know who we thought we were? Evel Knievel, right? I had a friend that had the Evel Knievel dirt bike. Anybody remember that? And we used to do all kinds of things and jump ramps and do stunts. But my parents didn't get us real motorcycles, right? They didn't get us real motorcycles to start running around. But no, but I'm Evil Knievel. No, you're not Evil Knievel. Or a firefighter. Kids think they're all kinds of things. And what kids typically are, I use that Evil Knievel example. A lot of people don't even know who that is, right? But when I was a kid, Evil Knievel was the coolest guy around, with all the stunts that he did. Kids are whoever or whatever is popular at the time. When my daughter was really little, like around 5, she thought she was Spider-Man. She just wore Spider-Man clothes because that movie came out. The first Spider-Man movie with Kirsten Dunst came out. She loved that movie. And for a couple years, she thought she was Spider-Man. She was spinning webs and everything. Kids, hey, I thought I was Luke Skywalker for a while. Han Solo, right? This one guy I went to school with thought he was Princess Leia. I imagine he grew up and, playing on the other team these days. Kids think they are whoever or whatever is popular. I remember, it shows my age, but I remember this one guy that I went to elementary school with thought he was Arthur Fonzarelli, the Fonz. And he would wear white T-shirts to school, and he would have a pack of, remember they used to sell candy cigarettes, that look like real cigarettes, He would have a pack of those rolled up under his T-shirt sleeve in school. He thought he was Fonzie because Fonzie was in vogue at the time, right? And I remember in middle school, there was a kid that I went to middle school with that used to wear a glove like Michael Jackson. He thought he was Michael Jackson because Michael Jackson's Thriller album was so hot then. And right now what's popular is this transgender stuff and sex change operations. So kids think they're that because it's a fad right now. It was Evil Knievel and Luke Skywalker when I was little. Now it's your preferred pronouns and she, he's and stuff like that. And that's all it is. Whatever is popular, whoever is popular, that's what kids think they are in that generation of time. I remember like one thing my daughter used to do when she was little is she thought she was Dora the Explorer. And we'd go walking around our neighborhood and she'd be, have her map. And I was Boots and she was Dora the Explorer because Dora the Explorer was hot at the time, big popular. A lot of kids thought they were Dora the Explorer. But now this transgender stuff is in. And the only difference is this is permanent life-changing stuff they're doing. They're doing hysterectomies on children. They're doing other types of surgery on children that are not reversible. I was getting my hair cut a couple days ago. And the woman that cuts my hair, been cutting my hair for a couple of years. I started getting my hair cut at this place when the barbershops opened back up. By the way, did Ron DeSantis shut down the barbershops? Because I remember I couldn't get a haircut for the longest time. It was such a big deal to get a haircut. I made a YouTube video about it. And the woman that cuts my hair is going through tattoo removal. She's got a tattoo. I heard her talking to the guy next to me about she's going through tattoo removal, and I said, oh, it must be a pretty bad one if you're getting it removed. She's like, it's on my shoulder, on her back. And I said, well, it must be a bad one if you're getting it removed. She's like, no, it's just I'm an adult now. I was like 22 years old and I got the tattoo, and it just doesn't fit me at the age that I am now. I guess she's in her 40s. And this tattoo removal process, she's getting 10 treatments that are $150 a treatment. And she said it's painful. So it's costing her like $1,500 to get the tattoo off because now she's like 40 and she's like, I'm not into tattoos anymore. And she's getting this very expensive, painful removal service done. Okay. Imagine if she had gotten her breast removed when she was young and had her vagina turned into a penis. As expensive, as painful, and as unpleasant as it is to remove that tattoo on her shoulder, the other things are permanent. People make all kinds of crazy decisions when they're young. And some of them you can reverse, some of them you can forget about, some things you can change. But once you've had a sex change operation and puberty blockers through puberty and everything, that can't be changed. Children should not be making irreversible changes. And by the way, it's not up for kids to decide, it's up for parents to decide, right? Okay, let's take our first break of the hour. A little late. Uh-oh, looked at the clock. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, back right after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
I am so hungry, guys. I cannot even describe to you how hungry I am. Yeah, there weren't very many people clapping, like one person. One clap. Oh boy. Have something delivered? Thank you, Carl. It was all women standing behind. She's the lieutenant governor, was it? No, I didn't pay much attention. You know, I stopped and got coffee this morning, and I could not tell whether or not the person that helped me was a man or a woman, and they didn't have their preferred pronouns on their apron. I couldn't tell. They were male or female. And what the heck? I guess that makes it non-binary. Why are you angry? Why are you angry? If you're new, make sure you subscribe, guys. I'm just over 600 away from 60,000 subscribers. Amazing.
On the air since 1977. It's the Steve Kane Show.
All right, welcome. It is Friday. It is St. Patrick's Day, and so I'm wearing green today. It's St. Patrick's Day. We missed a holiday. Do you know what last Friday was? I am serious as a heart attack. Today is St. Patrick's Day. March 10th was Abortion Provider Appreciation Day. Yeah, that's a day. It's a liberal holiday. Yeah, March 10th. We missed it there's always next year. Abortion Provider Appreciation Day. You're to celebrate in the face of adversity. On Abortion Provider Appreciation Day, remember it as a day dedicated to recognizing the courage and commitment of healthcare providers who offer abortion care. Oh, man. Well, next year, mark it on the calendar. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. It's Andrea.
Hey, if you wear green on St. Patrick's Day, what do you wear on Abortion Provider Appreciation Day that we missed last week? I wonder.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
With you?
You know, maybe you would wear, you know what you might wear? Bloody scrubs. Bloody scrubs.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. All right, what'd you call about today?
So, first and foremost, I love that you let your daughter play Dora the Explorer. I think that's hysterical.
Yeah, I was Boots. And we used to go around with avoiding Swiper.
When I was little, I was Catwoman, and my two brothers were Batman and Robin, and
Yeah.
very much older.
Yeah.
To stretch for them.
Yeah.
What really took my ear about that statement is that you should listen to your children and affirm them no matter what they say. So what she's saying is the exact same thing that they indoctrinate these kids in school with, which is you're smarter than your parents.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that.
Well, you know who did that? The Nazis. That's what the Hitler Youth was about.
What's happening here?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the thing that really just gets me is the fact that we've gotten to a point in society where parents use their children as accessories. Like that's my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, liberal white women, because I don't know.
Well, it's called virtue signaling, and what these liberal parents are doing, it's having a transgender or non-binary child is a fad. It used to be what were those dogs? Golden Doodles. All the parents wanted Golden Doodles. Now they want a non-binary transgender kid.
I just it blows my mind, but I'm just every video that I see of just disturbing stuff, like the drag queens with the toddlers, it's always liberal white women.
Well, the thing about it is, I'm not opposed to people getting sex change operations when they're adults. It's America, but when it's like this woman that cut my hair the other day. She can get the tattoo removed. I don't know how fully removed. I don't know what that process is, but she can't get her breasts back if they were removed when she was young. Right? She can't get her lady parts back if she had a hysterectomy as a teenager. You understand what I mean? There are things that are. I've never gotten a tattoo, and I know a lot of. My daughter has a tattoo. My wife. I'm the only one in the family without a tattoo, and it's just too permanent of a decision for me to make. I've just never been able to buckle down and get a tattoo. But there are things that you can reverse. There's just some things you can't.
Right. And then you become a permanent patient of pharma because you're always on hormones. That leads into bone density loss. It leads into.
No, you're getting too technical for me. But hey, Andre, appreciate the call. Too technical with the time change and all. I'm getting a headache with that. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Oh, yes.
Conservative Doug. Anyway.
How are you doing post-car accident, Doug?
I was fine. I didn't get hurt at all, but it was just my car got hurt. I didn't get hurt. Anyway.
You sound a little off, though. Your speech sounds a little off. That's why I was worried.
That's because I was still probably half asleep because of the damn time. I'm still an hour behind.
I hear you. All right.
Anyway, so the first thing I'll say quickly is I was a rock musician and I wouldn't get a tattoo because I think it's safe. I don't like it after a while. I'm stuck with it, so I never did that. But the main reason I was calling today, I know it's open line Friday, government overreach. Listen to this. A pharmacy's job is to fill any legitimate prescription. If you go into a pharmacy today, DEA is forcing pharmacies now to not sell or fill anything more than 20% of narcotics. So if you go into a pharmacy and they've been selling 20%, unless you have a prescription for 5% on the drug, they're going to tell you, sorry, we can't fill it.
So what narcotic are you prescribed?
I'm not on anything, but
You're just randomly calling me about narcotic prescriptions. That seems very odd, Doug.
I'm just telling you that the government overreach, the DEA is forcing people who have severe pain not to be able to get their medicine. This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand they want to stop people from taking drugs, but man, when some,
I love it when I go. I love it when I go to the pharmacy and somebody comes in and they won't give them their narcotic, their pain medication because the prescription's it's too soon or the prescription's no good. You know, even the drug addicts come in, they flip out. It's a lot of fun to watch. I feel bad for them, but they flip out. I mean, they really lose it.
unfortunately, there's too many people want to get high, and it's
I just think it's strange that you're random. I know it's open phones, but it's strange that you're just randomly calling me about narcotic prescriptions.
like I said, my wife is a pharmacist, and
Oh, she's a pharmacist.
yeah.
Okay.
So this is a big problem that the DEA is coming and will sanction your store, give you.
Yeah, but you can walk across the border with fentanyl, and that's okay.
Or you can go into get 5 bottles of booze and get stone drunk and go kill somebody.
Mm-hmm. All right. Hey, Doug, I got to run for the break. Take care, man. All right. Thanks for the call. We'll be right back.
Making morning radio great again. It's the Steve Kane Show.
Steve Kane Show. Oh, hold on. You're next. That just seemed an out of, like he got in a car accident, and now he's calling about narcotics. So I don't know.
From someone who's seen a bunch of tattoo removal things,
They don't really work that well.
Yeah, like you could still see the imprint and what was
Yeah.
there. The dogs thing, it's like, oh, what if I don't like it later?
Yeah.
It's always out because a lot of artists, they do like touch ups or they'll change it for you. Some of them,
Yeah.
like how they did it, they'll change it up for you. At least both the artists I went to, they're like, hey, you come back and I'll fix it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It depends on the person, honestly.
Oh man. Oh, what a day. Yeah, this time change. We got through the first week, so we got over the weekend to get used to it.
Right, we get to mention, we got to see one next week.
Oh, okay. PJ just sent me a text. You know what? It's a. I don't know if I should tell this joke. What do you call an illegal sex change surgery center? An illegal sex change surgery center. What do you call it? Good question, huh? What do you call an illegal sex change surgical center? Any guesses? A tallywhacker chop shop. Yeah, that's PJ. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Oh man. That's pretty funny. I don't know if I can tell that one on the air. That's pretty funny. That is pretty funny. Oh boy! All right, I'm gonna take some calls. It is open phones. I took the break late, so we're coming back late. That was a pretty funny joke. I'm not going to tell that on the radio. I don't think I should.
Forty-five years on the.
All righty, we are back. It is the Steve Kane Show. Our number 1-888 Go Kane 1. I'm going to go to the phones. It is open phones on Fridays. We call it Open MAGA Mike Friday. Any and everything you have on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. You are not limited to just the topics I bring up, but I hope that the things I bring up are interesting enough to you to comment on as well. All right, good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian, this is Michael in Denver. How are you?
All right, what's up, Denver?
Good, good. Well, I've talked to you the past couple of weeks. I've really been enjoying your show, as always. Again, I always appreciate the opportunity and the dialogue. So thank you for that. A quick comment. It's going to be a little bit different. I wanted to comment on some of the overnight shows, like Stephen Colbert and some of the different shows. It's kind of obvious that a lot of them are failing, and they're heavily liberal. But I heard an interesting idea the other day about Newsmax possibly doing like an overnight show, much like Stephen Colbert does, or Kimmel, or
probably because Greg Gutfeld is beating Colbert and some of the others in the ratings, and he's not even on broadcast television. So maybe they see, but that it, comedy, to find a comedy show to go up against Greg Gutfeld is going to be very difficult. The thing about these shows failing, it's like the news. CNN and MSNBC, they're very lowly rated, and they don't make any changes. They fire somebody, and then they bring in another liberal jerk. See, the liberals think they know better than everyone, okay? And if their ratings are low, that means that the audience is just too stupid to get what it is they're doing, so they just continue to do it. They'll never change, and it's really sad. And I don't watch late night television because I got to get up so early in the morning. But these guys are no talents. They just throw out liberal nonsense talking points to a liberal crowd to get and they get a response. Trump sucks! Yay! Oh wow, Stephen Colbert, 30 million a year. There's no cleverness. There's no humor. It's all agenda based. And they're not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think another thing is they're all focused on the liberal audience. I think that's why Gutfeld does so good, is because he's the one late night show that
Well, Stephen Colbert, okay. There's a little fact about Stephen Colbert that I don't think a lot of people know. He's a Sunday school teacher. Seems crazy, doesn't it? Yeah, he's a Sunday school teacher. And I wonder, and I think he started, and he's done that forever. And I think he started out at Second City. I'm not so sure Stephen Colbert is really liberal as he pretends to be. I think he may be faking it for a career a little bit. I'm not saying he's not liberal on some things. I don't think he's as extreme liberal as he would like you to believe. How can you be a Christian a Sunday school teacher and be that religious and be a liberal? There's just no way.
Well, what I would like to see, and I've said this to you before when I've called in. I try to be centrist on the issues. If we had like an overnight show like C-SPAN does, like Morning Journal, for example, I think that if they just left politics out of it one way or the other, I think that would do good ratings.
Well, you're probably just. It seems to me that you're up overnight, so you just want something to watch. That's what it seems like, right? Is that what it sounds like to me? Well, you could listen to my my podcast. The Brian Craig Show podcast is on all podcast platforms, and I've been doing that show with my wife for over 10 years. So you can listen to my show overnights, and it would take you probably several years to get through all of them.
And listening to your show during the morning, I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you.
Younger people would tune into radio, terrestrial radio. I don't feel like we have enough younger people that care about AM radio or what's on talk radio.
Well, we're actually on FM. We're on 1 AM station and 5 FM stations.
Right, you're in syndication.
Well,
you get my point.
Yeah. Hey, listen, appreciate the call. Good call. Thanks so much. It's good to hear from somebody that has their head screwed on straight from Colorado. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, hi, good morning, Brian. How are you?
Doing all right.
Good. I'm from Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Fort Lauderdale.
Listening to a show the other day about on a radio about a guy who had one of those surgeries to make himself look like a girl.
No, it was a girl. It was a woman who had a transition surgery to a man.
Yeah. No, he was a guy who tried to make himself look like a girl because you can't transition. It's impossible. But anyways, she described that just going to take to urinate was a half-hour process because of the surgery that they had.
Really?
Yeah, and then whatever they tried to do, it didn't matter. They ended up going all over themselves anyways. They also expressed that they have literally no feeling in that area.
Mm-hmm.
The surgery they had. And some of the normal responses that a male would have when they're excited would still happen even though they didn't still.
Well, listen, sex change operations have been around since the 50s. But the difference is that I cannot remember the name of this person, but there was a woman, a former man who had a sex change operation that was an actress in the 80s that somehow got into a James Bond movie with Roger Moore. And I can't remember the movie, but they actually were a Bond girl and no one knew until after. And I cannot remember this person's name. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, let me know and I'll look them up. But I saw them on an interview once and they talked about the process to get a sex change operation. This was back then. And it was a process that took over a year to get approval to get the surgery. There was a lot of psychological things that went on. And I remember one thing that they said is they had to naturally urinate sitting down for at least a year before they could qualify for the surgery to become a woman. Now what it's become, it's outpatient, like breast implants or Botox. It's becoming almost an outpatient. You come in and say, hey, I want to have when can we schedule it? There's no real thought put into it.
Yeah, I called the Hershey company the other day and said, listen, I'm done with your product. The idea that you would elevate some man to be woman of the year or whatever to support their product, I said, what an insult. My wife and I looked at each other and said, why are they attacking women like they are?
This thing with the transgender, the thing with Hershey is just insane because I never put together Hershey. I never thought about it enough to think about it's Hershey, and it just never occurred to me. And some marketing, not genius, moron connected to Hershey came up with an idea that's a brand damaging thing. First off, that's an unappetizing thought to most people. And when you're advertising a food, that's not the kind of thing. I know chocolate's the best, everybody loves chocolate, and Hershey's chocolate. I'm a big fan of Hershey's chocolate. A lot of people like fancy chocolate. My wife and I get the big size Hershey chocolate bars. I eat those all the time at home, and it never occurred to me her and she is in that. But when people when you're thinking about food, you don't want to think about things that are unappetizing. And that's an unappetizing thought to most people.
See the guy that came out, it's Jeremy's Chocolate. He came out with candy bars, and it's like him.
That Ben Shapiro's partner came out with a conservative chocolate bar. It's what are the two names of the chocolates? And he's got one. It was very funny what he did.
He, him, and she, her.
Yeah, he said one comes with nuts. You can figure out which one is what he said. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Maybe I should pull up that commercial and play it. Maybe I'll play that on the air today. All right. Hey, listen, thanks for the call, man. All right, we'll take a quick break and be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
All right, and it's time to check in with Attorney Barry Siegel from the Siegel Law Group. Attorney Barry Siegel, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you today?
Doing all right. What do you have for us today?
Well, we do a 3-year review, a free 3-year review every 3 years for existing clients to make sure that their estate plan is on target and it's going to work for them at the time that they need it, whether it's a time of incapacity or a time of death. We had a client come in, the past client come in yesterday for his 3-year review. And one of the things that
over at Hershey's, they don't even know
it. The review is he had just gone into rehab, and it looked like he's going to be going to a nursing home, and he was planning to private pay. He didn't know that there were other options available. He didn't have long-term care insurance, and we are now going to help him qualify for Medicaid, and therefore the only instead of spending, I think you said it was going to be like $11,000 to $12,000 a month. He'll be spending about maybe $2,500 a month towards it. So we're going to be able to save him and his family a lot of money, and so he doesn't have to worry about running out of time. So very happy that we're able to help him with that, and the 3-year review. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have known, and he would have spent down his assets very quickly.
Yeah, and one thing I learned from you, Attorney Barry Siegel, is a lot of people feel very confident. Oh, I have long-term care insurance. And what I learned from you is that a lot of these long-term care policies, well, they don't last as long as the person lasts, and they run out of benefits.
I mean, it's very rare to find a lifetime long-term care policy these days. So, sometimes people don't outlive the 3 to 5 years, but sometimes they do. And if they do, then they're on their own again. And
that's right.
It's important to look at other options.
Well, listen, call the Siegel Law Group. It's always a free consultation with the Siegel Law Group if you mention you heard Attorney Barry Siegel on the show. And you can find them online very easily at siegellawgroup.com, or give them a call toll-free, 855-FLA-3782. 855-FLA-3782. All right, Attorney Barry Siegel, we'll talk next week.
All right, have a great weekend. Thank you so much.
All right, back after this.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the air.
All right, we are back. Callers on hold, stand by. I don't know how well this is going to play on the radio. I probably shouldn't do, but we're going to find out live how well it plays on the radio. So, since the last guy called in about the Hershey transgender spokesperson, the Daily Wire, which is where Ben Shapiro is with, they came out with their own chocolate, their own conservative chocolate, and it was a response to the transgender Hershey chocolate. And they made a pretty funny video about it, and I'll play it for you. We'll see. It's less than a minute long. If it doesn't play in the air, how bad can it be? We'll find out.
International Women's Day is upon us again, and I love an international woman. But our friends over at Hershey's, they don't even know what a woman is. They've hired a biological male to be the spokesperson for their Women's Day campaign, and they're calling that campaign the and I swear I'm not making this up, Hershey. Hershey. It's humiliating. And it's the reason that I'm launching Jeremy's chocolate. We have two kinds. She, her, and he, him. One of them's got nuts. If you need me to tell you which one it is, keep giving your money to Hershey's. But if you're tired of giving your money to woke corporations that hate you, and you're looking for a delicious chocolate bar from a company that actually wants your business, head over to IHateHershey's.com and order Jeremy's chocolate today.
All right. Yeah, my wife and I ordered some of that. It has not come yet. When it does, I'll let you know how it tastes. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Montana Mark.
Hey, Montana Mark. What's up?
I've got a question about Anne Marie's.
Okay, all the way from Montana.
How do they fly into the city where Anne Marie's is? Where they fly to?
Well, it depends. Where did you when you visited Florida last time? Where did you go?
It was at a resort with my family at Kissimmee.
Oh, Kissimmee. That's Kissimmee, not Kissimmee. Kissimmee, near Disney World. Kissimmee. Yes, yes, yes. Well, if you were flying to Florida just to go to Anne Marie's, you have two options. The closest international airport is Fort Lauderdale. That's the closest. But you can also fly into Palm Beach International, which is and Palm Beach International. It's a little further away. Not much further, but a little further away. But Palm Beach International is where President Trump's Trump Force One is parked. So if you fly into Palm Beach International to go visit Anne Marie's, you can see Trump's plane, Trump Force One. You might even see it when you land.
Huh. I would love to spend a couple weeks, but I listen to you talk about Anne Marie and it just kills me.
Oh, it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah. If you come down, you can have all your meals there, so you can sample as much of the menu of Anne Marie's as you can while you're here.
Have any knowledge of good hotels around Anne Marie?
Good hotels around Anne Marie's. Well, married men don't usually know too much about hotels where they live. If they do, watch out, ladies. No, I don't. Anyone know any good hotels around Anne Marie's? I've never been asked that question, but I don't know. I don't know, but I know. Well, call Anne Marie's. They may be able to recommend a hotel nearby.
In my bucket list before I go to heaven.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I appreciate. Well, that's nice. I appreciate. All right, take care, man. Although, guy's going to fly all the way from Montana to eat at Anne Marie's. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's worth it because it's, Anne Marie's, everything is homemade and grandma's recipes, grandma's in the kitchen. So to have homemade Italian food, it is worth a flight from Montana. But I want to tell you guys, because today is St. Patrick's Day. Today, they're having a St. Patrick's Day celebration at Anne Marie's. All the dough is green, and they're having live music and a St. Patrick's Day party tonight. So if you want to stop in for St. Patrick's Day, you're looking for a great place for St. Patrick's Day, Anne Marie's in Pompano is the place to go. Anne Marie's is located on the northwest corner of US 1 Federal Highway and Copans Road in the same plaza as the movie theater. All right, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio when you stop in. This is the thing. I don't spend too much time talking about this transgender stuff. The only time I bring it up is when there's a happening. I know it. Talking about it, and I'll tell you why. Okay, and I know a lot of people spend a lot of time that are conservative talking about the transgender thing, and it's not that it's not important. I'm of the opinion that the left have pushed so far into the realm of just stupidity that this is something that if we just leave it alone, will go away. See, what happens a lot of times, and it's very important that this stuff end for children. It's not appropriate for children. But what happens in our society is that things are very polarized, and they've always been polarized, contrary to what Mr. Kamala Harris said. Kamala Harris's husband, who has a different last name than her. My wife's last name is the same as mine. Why does Kamala Harris Why is her husband's last name? What's his last name? Emmeroff. Well, can you imagine growing up with that kind of name? Mr. Kamala Harris is comparing MAGA people to Nazis. Okay, have you heard this? He's comparing us to Nazis. The left are so polarized in their thinking that the more that conservatives talk about this transgender stuff with kids, the more in favor of it they're going to be. They're going to dig in because they're against everything that we are for. If we're against it, they're for it. If we're for it, they're against it. There's no middle ground with the left. So I do talk about it when there's a happening, like this thing with the lieutenant governor of Minnesota. There's and things happen, and sometimes these shows happen, and these drag shows, and they're important to talk about. But the less that conservatives get involved in it, the faster it will end. Okay, because liberals are very liberal on a lot of things until it hits home. And where it's going to really hit them hard is in the world of female sports. And we're already seeing, finally, female athletes refusing to compete with men on their team or on the opposing team. And that's how this is going to stop. And that's with us staying out of the issue a little bit. Unless, like I said, unless there's a happening, you don't want to just, I know it's probably a hard thing for people to understand, but it's such an important issue. It's got to end, but that's the fastest way to accomplish our end goal of ending this. It's just too stupid to keep going on. And a lot of these liberal parents are all for it until it hits close to home. You know what I mean? That's how it is with a lot of parents. Most liberals are liberal as long as it's a theory. But as soon as it hits home with them, they become very conservative very quickly. All right. Our number is toll free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. 888-465-2631. Now, I want to tell you guys, if you ever miss a show or a part of the show, about an hour after we sign off the air every day, the entire show is uploaded to our radio station website, TrueOldiesFLA.com. TrueOldiesFLA.com. And they're also archived up there forever. Okay. And a lot of times I know maybe you missed a show or missed a part of a show, but maybe you called in and you want to hear your call. You can actually download the show as an MP3 on your computer and take your call and play it for yourself or all your friends or whatever you want to do. So go to TrueOldiesFLA.com, and every day the show is about an hour after we get off the air, but every day it's uploaded up there, and you should never be missing a show anyway. Now, in the next hour, I'm going to switch gears into a couple other things. There's a lot of things going on, but I just want to end this hour with what I started with at 6, as I want to just do a quick recap. This new story about the Biden financial crimes is huge. And the reason that it's huge is because not only are these are crimes that are well documented. And for the first time, we're going to have a snitch. Hallie Biden is going to flip. And this $3 million in Chinese money that was split among their associates and family members is illegal. And it's one of many times they did this. But they brought in someone that they didn't have complete control of, Hallie Biden. And they gave her $35,000. Now, they may make a move and they may be panicking and thinking if they can throw some more money her way, but it's too public now to do it. And Hallie Biden this morning is a terrified woman. You know what she's afraid of? Prison. She's afraid of going to prison. And the only thing she has to deal with is the truth about her family. Well, her late husband's family. Hallie Biden's going to flip. She is going to be testifying to Comer's committee. It's going to be high profile. And even though that the media don't want it on television, they're going to have to carry it. It's going to be all over the place. And it's going to be shocking. So this is the beginning of something big. Don't let anyone tell you it's not. I promise you. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Jeff from Maine, Brian.
Hey, Jeff. What's up?
Don't you think that Hallie Biden learned from the Biden family well and use it to get more money?
No. Listen, this family, I saw, there's a picture of her in all the articles on the beach with Hunter in a bikini. See how skinny she is? She looks like she's she looks like an addict just like him. So she's blown through her money too, okay? Just like Hunter did. And she's ticked. Joe and Jill were not nice to her after Beau died. They were very upset about and she's not happy with Hunter because they broke up, and now she's freaking out right now. You've got someone that's an addict, and they've been caught in a crime like this. They're freaking out. Believe me, she's freaking out right now.
Where are her children? Didn't her and Beau have kids?
I don't know too much about it, but I have an idea. We're going to know everything about Hallie Biden by the end of the weekend. But you look at that photograph of her in the bikini on the beach with Hunter, you can see her ribs.
Wow, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Incredible. I did not know she was a drug addict.
Well, I don't know that she's a drug addict either, but I know she was she was in a sexual relationship with her brother-in-law, which is sick, and he's got every addiction there is other than gambling. And how do you have a relationship with your brother-in-law who's a drug addict and not be doing them? That just seems a little strange to me. And I think that the money they gave her, the $35,000, I think she's not only is she scared, she's ticked, because I don't think she realized how much everybody else got, and she only got $35,000. So he broke up with her. Yeah.
How did she only take 35?
Well, she didn't know. She didn't know how much there was. Now she knows. See, now she knows. So she's a jaded ex-girlfriend. She's a jaded ex-family member, and now she finds out they ripped her off.
And they're gonna attack
and she's facing prison. So no, she's gonna flip on a dime. Hey Jeff, I gotta take a break, but thanks for the call. Good questions. We'll be right back.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Where winning is a habit. 561-570-5700. 561-570-5700. Rose, winning for you and our community. Your home for the Steve Kane Show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't think Hallie Biden, now that she knows how much money there was, that she's not pissed off? Oh. She's big time pissed off. Big time.
And now, a True Oldies traffic check. Brought to you by the Palm Beach Kennel Club.
Yeah, she has 2 kids. Yep, 2 kids. Her mother was a childhood friend of Joe Biden.
Traffic is service of Palm Beach Kennel Club. Celebrate St. Patrick's Day in the Patrick Restaurant March 17th with a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet. This music by Hugo O'Neill and the Tear to Break Dancers. Make plans for the extravagant Easter buffet and on-track family fun festival Sunday, April 9th. Tickets and info go to babykennelclub.com. Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update. Biden administration.
I'm texting with my wife. Kathy's texting me. I'm texting her back. Oh man, if you're new, make sure you subscribe. Everyone liked the video, but you guys get what I'm saying about her. You don't think when she found out she only got 35,000, she got 1/10 of what these others got. You don't think she's pissed? Of course she is. Of course she is. She's flipping out, man. Yeah. 10 cents on the dollar. She got 10 cents on the dollar of what some of the other ones got. Less than that. Now, I don't eat in the morning because I can't go on. I can't eat till after I get off the air. It makes you a little tired to be on the air and eat, so that's why I don't. I'm gonna go back to the phones when we get back. Yeah, this is the picture I'm talking about. I mean, look how skinny she is in that picture. I mean, you can see her ribs. That's the picture I was talking about. They'd be too high profile now to pay her. You know? Oh, that would be nice. National syndication would be nice. It seems a stretch that someone that's not doing drugs is in a sexual relationship with Hunter. You know what I mean? How could you be dating someone, be in a relationship with Hunter, and not be doing drugs? I don't know, but usually those types they're drawn to each other by that stuff. I think it's so gross. I mean, how many of you out there could imagine being in a sexual relationship with your brother-in-law or sister-in-law? It's sick. It is. I mean, it is nasty. I mean, maybe that was in vogue with the nobility in the Middle Ages, but we're not in the Middle Ages right now. It's disgusting and perverted and weird. No, it's not okay. And they try to make a love. Oh, they were drawn together by the law. No. I don't think Hunter. I think Hunter hated his brother. Beau's the one that Joe really cares about. All right, we are back on this St. Patrick's Day, 7 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. It is open phones, open MAGA mic, Friday, every Friday. Anything and everything on your mind is fair game on Friday's show. You are not limited to the topics that we bring up. All right. Good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Richard from Pompano.
Hey, Pompano.
I know we discussed it today that if Biden is ever impeached, then we're stuck with Trump.
Yeah.
Question is, if he's finally caught doing this type of illegal financial dealings, is this an impeachable offense?
No, not enough. No, you need 3. No, there's not enough votes in the Senate to remove. No, because the Democrats wouldn't do it. No, and the thing about it is, I don't know if this applies to presidents. Okay, but in Congress, in Congress, you can only be penalized if you're a member of Congress for crimes you commit while in Congress. So if you did crimes before you were a member of Congress, no punishment for you until you leave. So I don't know if that applies to impeaching presidents or not, though.
Well, would it be a good idea just to embarrass the hell out of them?
Well, that's why we're talking about it. That's why we're talking about it. I'm telling you, Hallie Biden is fuming that she got only $35,000 out of $3 million. And I'll tell you why. Because there was a big. I'll go through the breakdown. I'll tell you. When people are criminals, okay, they don't say to themselves, "Well, I'm a criminal." They've got all kinds of ways to process it that they're owed. So let me hold on. Let me pull this up and go through the finance. And I'll tell you what Hallie Biden is telling herself right now. Okay, hold on. Let me pull up the story. Okay, so it was $3 million, and I'm just going to go through how much Biden family members got. Okay, hold on. So let's see here. Hunter got $610,000. $610,692 Hunter got. Well, and she got $35,000. She is Beau's wife. And she has 2 children. I looked it up. The last caller asked. She has Beau Biden's 2 children. She thinks she should be getting $610,692 too, because she should get Beau's share. Beau's share should be what Hunter's share is. So she is fuming about the dollar amount. She is fuming about it.
Now, is this enough to get him out of office? Is he the candidate against Trump?
Well, it'll cost him. We don't want him out of office. We want this scandal-ridden, senile old coot running against President Trump. This is going to be huge, and Hallie Biden's going to be the end of it all. Oh, hey, listen, I appreciate the call because she's owed. I'm Beau's wife. I'm the mother of his children. I should be getting $610,692 too, just like Hunter. I'm entitled to Beau's share. That's right. And she got what, like 5%? And she just found out about this yesterday, by the way, and she's ticked. I'm telling you. That's how criminals process. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helen from Kansas.
Hey, Helen.
Hi. Spiritually speaking, I hope that you don't want to cut me off any faster than you do some of these people. Some of these people, you just let them go on and on and on. Anyhow, so a while back, you had said that Christianity came from Judaism. Can you document that scripturally?
Well, I can't. I'm not a Bible scholar, so I'm not really capable of documenting much scripturally. And my wife is the first one to tell you that I should be able to. However, Jesus was a Jew, right? He was the Jewish Messiah. And hold on a second. Hold on a second. He was the Jewish Messiah. Jesus is a Jew. The apostles were Jews. And after Jesus ascended to heaven and everything, in the early Christian church, they were all Jews. And you asked a question. You seem to have the answer and don't want me to get. In the early church, now these are not my claims. This is what I'm telling you is true. In the early church, I'm trying to explain to you, but you're being rude, Helen. In the early I'm not your husband, okay? Let me finish. When in the early church, when you wanted to become a Christian, before you could become a Christian, they required you to get a circumcision, and because it was Judaism and not Christianity quite yet. They stopped doing that because it was hard to get adult men to get circumcisions as adults. But Christianity is Judaism. We are Jews.
Illiterate.
I'm what?
You are biblically illiterate.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you on that because you're probably right. I'm my biggest failing as a Christian is I don't know my Bible well enough, and I don't read my Bible like I should. Okay, I've got more Bibles in my home probably than you do, Helen, because my wife's always buying them. And there's, yeah, but that's true.
He came long before Judaism.
Judaism? Okay.
Okay, St. John, chapter 1, verses 1 and 14 says, in the beginning, and God doesn't say how many billions of years ago the beginning was. He says, in the beginning, the Word was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And in verse 14, it says that, and the Word, which is God, was made flesh, which is Jesus Christ, and dwelt among us, and we beheld him. Beheld his glory.
Helen, I'm gonna slow down. What I told you is, what I shared with you is historically accurate. Okay, Jesus and the apostles were Jews.
Okay, what is a Jew?
I mean, do you agree? What's a Jew? I mean, if your mother's a Jew, you're a Jew. That's how it. Do you agree that Jesus and the apostles were Jews?
12 tribes of Israel. Was just one tribe that were later called Jews. Judah is just one tribe.
So you don't. So you're telling us, the listening audience, that Jesus and the apostles were not Jews?
Not all of them were of the tribe of Levi.
Okay. All right. And they're Jews too, by the way. All right. Appreciate the call, Helen. I don't know. This is something that you don't hear me say very often. A lot of people, like Jerry Seinfeld's uncle, says this all the time. I don't say this. I don't know if I've ever said this to someone. If I have, it's only been once or twice. I sense a little anti-Semitism from Helen. Do you guys sense a little anti-Semitism from Helen? I think she doesn't like Jews all that much. And I don't say, believe me, I do not say that lightly, because anti-Semitism is a big deal, and I don't go around calling people anti-Semites. But I think she's got some she does not like Jews. That's just my opinion. I'll throw that out to you guys. All right. Oh, look at the time. We're late for a break. We'll be right back.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on.
Be right back, guys. I'm going to get a drink of water.
This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.9 and 106.9.
Oh boy.
This is Brian Craig, and I want to tell you about my anti-aging.
I don't know. What do you got? What do you guys think? Is she a little anti-Semitic there? She doesn't like Jews? Yes or no? I do not say that lightly. You're a licensed minister. No. It's true. I know a lot of people don't like when I say this, but Christianity is Judaism. It really, truly is. Jews for Jesus. Jewish. Steve Kane's a Jewish Christian, and what a lot of Jewish Christians call themselves are completed Jews. That's a term they use.
Attention wine lovers and travel enthusiasts.
Really? Don't let her on again. Oh my gosh.
August 23rd through September 2nd.
I mean, if the apostles in Jesus, did they say they were Christians or Jews? Messianic Jews, that's right. She's pissed off at me because I don't let her. I can't dedicate a whole segment to Helen. And she really uses the Bible as a weapon. Like, if I don't let her give out the daily Bible verse, I'm a bad Christian. And it really, I've talked about it, puts me in a bad spot. And I don't think it's Christian like of her to do. I can't just turn over a segment of the radio show every day to anyone to do their own bit. You understand what I mean? I can't do that. When you're hosting a show, you've got to control it. And I'm not, and she puts me in a bad spot to portray me as a bad Christian who's denying the Bible, which is nothing could be further from the truth. I'm getting so many text messages now from people about that call. You guys can call me on the air about it too. My back itches. I'm gonna go scratch my back on the door jamb.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve King Show with Brian.
All right, callers on hold, stand by. I'm getting more text messages on the air from people than I normally would get while I'm on the air about Helen's call. If you're on hold, stand by. I want to tell everyone about my chiropractor, Dr. Philip Appleton, who will rid you of your pain. His laser away pain treatment works. It works. I'm here to tell you, he rid me of my knee pain from my skateboard accident after just 2 treatments. And that was about a year ago. And you know what? The pain has not returned. And as I'm standing here, when I'm on the air, I'm standing. And I'm putting I'm right-handed. So I have my weight here on my right leg. I couldn't do that before Dr. Appleton rid me of my knee pain with his laser away pain treatment. I had to put my weight on my left leg because it hurts to put the weight on my right leg. And some of you guys that follow me on YouTube, I'm sure have you guys seen me make YouTube videos every time Elon Musk launches a rocket into space? I get up on the top of my roof. I get a ladder out and I climb up on the top of my roof and do that. Before Dr. Appleton rid me of my knee pain, I couldn't do it. It hurt to get down. It hurt a lot to get down off the ladder. My arthritis pain in my joint, after just 1 treatment with the laser away pain treatment, which was about 6 months ago, the pain was gone and it hasn't returned. That's amazing. Now, his laser away pain treatment works on all kinds of pain, not just my knee injury. It works on any joint, not just arthritis, on pretty much every type of pain. Arthritis, bursitis, work injuries, sports injuries, strains, sprains, repetitive motion injuries, post-surgical swelling, neck pain, back injuries, tinnitus, sciatica, spinal stenosis, fibromyalgia. Some of these things I can't even pronounce. I leave off the list because they're medical terms, and I don't want to sound stupid and inarticulate like some of our callers. Rotary tears, herniated discs, chronic pain, acute pain. And with the laser away pain treatment, there are no injections, no drugs, no surgery, no downtime, and 100% painless. With Dr. Appleton, no appointment is necessary and walk-ins are welcome, even on Saturdays. He's open on Saturdays as well. And you know why that is? Because Dr. Appleton knows that when you're in pain, you need help, you need relief from that pain now. And that's why you can just walk right in. Find him online at AppletonChiro.com. He's a chiropractic physician, and he wants to rid you of your pain like he's done with me and so many in this listening audience. Give him a call, 954-973-0710. 954-973-0710. That's 954-973-0710, and say bye-bye to your pain. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
It's PJ from Ballard.
Hey, PJ, what's up?
Hey, another fringe benefit of this Biden scandal, think about it. It's going to make it incredibly tough and embarrassing for Special Counsel Jack Smith to recommend an indictment of Trump for basically pathetically lame stuff when they don't indict It's like you say, they probably won't indict Biden, but how can you not indict Biden and yet indict Trump?
Well, they'll say he's a former president, he's a sitting president, executive. But see, I'm of the opinion that Hallie Biden right now is flipping out that she only got 35,000 and Hunter got over 600,000. And she's owed Beau's share. Whatever Hunter gets, Beau should get. She should get Beau. There's no way she's not flipping out right now and just ticked off over that. And they can't buy her off now. It'll be so public.
Yeah, but by the way, was Beau actually, while he was alive, he was getting shares, Beau Biden himself?
Well, I don't know if he was getting shares, but he was. If you read Laptop from Hell, Biden's plan was to be retired, and Beau was going to take over the family business as the corrupt public official. And Hunter was going to continue to be the money mule, but he was going to transfer it from Pops to Beau. He was going to become the senator from Delaware. And because of his passing, Joe had to come out of retirement. So, they didn't have him doing crime because they were trying to keep him squeaky clean so he could hold public office where they have the financial disclosures. So that he was going to be laundering money like Joe and Jill do through the kids and everything else.
He was like supposed. I mean, they were promoting him as the one sanely Biden.
Do you ever see The Departed? Great movie, The Departed. That Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson. Okay, Jack Nicholson would recruit these kids and keep them crime free, and then send them to the police, raise them, and send them off to the police academy so they could do. That's what Joe was doing with Hunter. He kept. I'm sorry, with Beau. He kept Beau clean so that he could hold public office, be elected, and when he did his public financial disclosures, he was just a public servant, and everybody else in the family would launder the money for him, like they were doing with Joe. But that doesn't mean, but Haley didn't get her 600,000. She got 35,000 because Beau's no longer with us, and she's ticked. I'm telling you, she's a woman. She's mad.
It sounds like, you know what? It sounds like Joe Biden had the original Joe Kennedy fantasy. Of course, the big difference is Joe Kennedy was actually extremely good at business, and Biden is just a klutz.
Well, yeah. Well, Joe Kennedy worked in the private sector.
Yeah, right. And
yeah.
Biden has been in public center all his adult life.
Yeah, right out of law school, he got elected to office.
Yeah, I think his last job was when he was having an encounter with corn pop at the swimming pool.
I heard he actually worked at a hair salon in Delaware. He was the hair sniffer.
Yeah.
Wasn't that funny? I don't know.
I sent you a link to. I sent you a link to the person that was the Susan Bradley, Dr. Susan Bradley, who helped develop puberty markers.
Oh, okay.
She's saying it just came up. It's a big, huge mistake. She's telling everybody, don't do it. It's irreversible. It's harmful. It makes the kids sterile, and it's harmful to their bone growth.
Shocker.
But you know what? They're still going to do it because I think the real purpose of these puberty blockers is like the big fear of Kamala's husband, because it stops toxic things.
I've got some new neighbors, and they have a son who's in high school, and his high school friends are around, and there's never a girl with them. And I don't think they're gay. I just think that guys that are teenagers can't meet girls anymore. These things are so messed up with all the genders and everything. So hey, PJ, I got real quick. I got to run. Oh no, we didn't get. Oh, we never. Well, till next time. He was quick. I wanted to hear what it is, but now we won't know. All right. If you're on hold, stand by. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Back after this.
Making morning radio great again.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. Guys, listen, I am almost to 60,000 subs. Let's see, where am I now? I am 636 subscribers away from 60,000. So guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. You know, I don't expect to get over 600 subs here right now, but if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And everyone like the video because that'll get this video recommended to other potential subscribers on YouTube. And man, if I got to that 60,000, I'll be so excited when I hit 60K. Yeah, obviously my goal is 100,000, but you know, but that 60K, that's like a big milestone.
They could bring this up. Did we ever figure out what Steve was talking about this time?
No, he explained it to me. I didn't understand it. No,
I mean,
people are
he was
asking me
trying to
Steve's
say
reveal. I have
something.
no idea what he's. I'm not going to tell you what it was, his big reveal, because it didn't make a lot of sense to me. I'll wait. He'll be here on Monday. He'll share with you.
I was about to say because he's usually here like that now.
No, it was a little hard for me to understand. There's nothing wrong with being a Bible thumper, but I think Helen showed. You know what it is? Remember the Real World when it gets exciting, when they forget there's cameras, then it gets real. The Real World, you're on enough and you forget that me. I just always assume there's a microphone in front of me, no matter where I am in the world. Then I never run into trouble. Exactly. Now, listen, as I was talking about earlier, I'm going to talk about it later in the show if I have time. Mike Lindell was on Steve Bannon and said he had to take out a $10 million loan to keep My Pillow afloat because he spent so much money defending Trump and the MAGA movement. He has not laid off a single person. So go to mypillow.com, use my promo code Kane, Kane, and buy something. You can take advantage of whatever special you see at mypillow.com with my promo code Kane, Kane. So Mike Lindell needs your help. And of course, you're supporting me and all my content, my YouTube channel, the radio show, the podcast. When you use that promo code Kane, it's so important. But that My Pillow mattress topper 2.0, this is a 3-inch mattress topper. It's 40% off and free shipping with the promo code Kane, Kane at checkout. And that's a great deal. And that My Pillow mattress topper 2.0 is a life-changing thing, I'm here to tell you. But you can take advantage of all the specials there, not just the ones I talk about. I was shocked to hear him say that. Well, I was pretty sure that one guy that called yesterday was Helen's husband. I think Helen had her husband call in. Remember where there was the wife in the background? I thought that was Helen. You know, I saw on YouTube yesterday an interview with Michael Biehn, from Terminator and Aliens. I did not even recognize him. He, my gosh, has been through hell. He was interviewed by Michael Rosenbaum, the guy that played Lex Luthor on Smallville. I'm a huge Michael Biehn fan, but I was like shocked. I did not recognize the guy at all. He's been through a lot, Michael Biehn. Oh, I was just going to talk about the Douro River cruise in Portugal and the recorded commercials coming up. Oh, do it the next break. No. Michael Biehn is Reese. Kyle Reese. He's the father of the kid. Came back in the original Terminator to save Sarah Connor. Oh, that was a New York couple? Okay. I stand corrected, LB. Johnny Ringo. George Bush can't pronounce America either. America. I'm asking this as a serious question. Do you think Joe Biden wears an adult diaper? I'm serious. I'm serious question. All right, we are back. Phone's very busy. All right, let's go to the phones. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? All right, Lake Worth, go ahead.
I don't know if you mentioned it because I overslept this morning, but I just saw where they subpoenaed all the Trump workers at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, like the servers and busboys and stuff at Mar-a-Lago.
And when does this end? I mean, don't they realize how pathetic they look at this point? It's just absolutely pathetic.
Well, you know, that prosecutor that's investigating him, his wife produced a documentary about Michelle Obama. So it's what they. I've got a lot of noise in the background, Lake Worth, so I'm going to let you go, but I'll respond to your call. Okay, so you can turn up your radio. Yeah, this special prosecutor has subpoenaed the servers at Mar-a-Lago and the busboys and everything else. And it's what I was talking about earlier. They keep assuming that Trump is a criminal because they're criminals, like all these crimes of Biden's we're finding out. They just cannot fathom that there is a man who's a $10 billion heir who made that money honestly. It just doesn't compute because everyone in Washington is a criminal. They think everyone is like them. And Donald Trump and his family, we know how they made their money. It wasn't taking bribes from China. Construction, hotels, an incredible TV show that I miss, that I wish they would rerun. I so miss The Celebrity Apprentice and The Apprentice. I love that show. Remember how little Barron was in the beginning when President Trump would fly in on the helicopter? He'd kiss Barron and Melania goodbye and get up in the helicopter. He was this little kid. Now he's like 10 feet tall. But now they're subpoenaing the servers, the waiters, the waitresses, and the busboys. They figured they heard them talking about their crimes. They heard. Give me a break. When are they going to realize Donald Trump does not do crime? All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Good morning.
Hi.
Yeah, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Me?
Sounds like you.
Wow, I didn't know how this worked.
But now you do. You're on the air.
Thanks. My name is Shelley. I'm in Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, Shelley.
Two quick things. Helen was so mean and it would make me not want to be a Christian, but I'm not going to stop. And I don't think Haley is going to testify because I'm afraid she'll have accidents.
All right. Well, that's how it works. Okay. I got to tell you, this has been a great week. I haven't had to use the dump button. Callers on hold, standby. I haven't had to use the dump button until today. The last few minutes of the week. It's okay. I got to wait for the delay to build back up. I don't know how long the new delay takes to build back up, so I'm going to give it some extra time. No, Hallie Biden, she's going to spill the beans. A lot of calls from Fort Lauderdale today. I'll tell you this, though, about Fort Lauderdale. I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, and my mother lives in Fort Lauderdale, and the house I grew up in, and I love Fort Lauderdale. And I remember when I was a kid growing up, when I was in high school and middle school, was the height of the spring break crowd and everything. And I couldn't wait until I was old enough to go into all those spring break bars. And then by the time I turned 21, they ran the spring breakers out of Fort Lauderdale, but they're back. And I got to, Okay, the delays build back up. But I'm watching some of these news stories. Have you seen these news stories of the girls in the bikinis on Fort Lauderdale Beach fighting it out? These girls are beating the tar out of each other on the beach. I've been watching some of these stories, and I wonder what they're fighting over. And the reason I bring this up, because it used to be they'd be fighting over a guy. But with all this misgendering and all this stuff that's going on, these girls that have been fighting it out on the beach during spring break in Fort Lauderdale, I bet you they were fighting over a girl. Have you seen these stories, these videos? I bet you. Just a thought. All right, good morning. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Coconut Creek.
Hey, Coconut Creek.
Oh, I'm on the floor, is it?
You're on the air.
Yeah, so I was just calling about, spring break has been nice. I've been out there for a lot of them. They can have a good time. But I was just calling about religion. I want to tickle your head real quick about that, about conception about heaven and hell, and all that stuff. It's really serious.
The conception about what?
Heaven and hell.
Heaven and hell. Okay.
Like a lot of people believe, my religion is I'm a Jehovah's Witness, but a lot of people believe about people going, like a certain amount of people going to heaven and stuff like that, 144,000, and like a certain amount of people going to a paradise earth and stuff like that. So I just want to see if you know a little bit about that.
Well, this is what I know, and this is true because you're Jehovah's Witness, and don't take this personally, but when Jehovah's Witnesses start walking down someone's street, all the blinds get closed, all the curtains are closed, and all the doors are shut, the TVs go off. No one wants to answer their door to you guys. I do know that, including me. But this is what I know. Jesus is our Savior. He was born, he lived, he died, was born again, and so that and those of us that accept him to go to heaven. That's what I believe. I'm a Christian. I'm a Catholic.
And I just want to clear the air, let everybody know. I feel like what if God would create like an everlasting paradise earth? Like He would rid all this, sickness, death, all these corruptions going on.
Well, a lot of people believe that a lot of people believe that Earth is hell.
Yeah, what I'm saying, like our virtually, reality, what we're going through. Well, after Adam and Eve and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
We were all imperfect and everything like that, but
I really don't know what the deal is with the Jehovah's Witness. I really don't. I know, Prince was a Jehovah's Witness, but what you're a Christian? You consider yourself a Christian?
We're all the same, the Bible's all the same, just written different.
Well, so what do you believe as a Jehovah's Witness that us our regular Christians like me don't accept? What do you guys believe that's so different?
Do you know the holidays, birthdays, yada yada, all the pagan kind of traditions? They have.
Oh, you guys okay? Oh, okay. The pagan traditions like Christmas. Okay. Do you know why they did that?
100%.
Okay, because when Christianity was new, okay, a lot of people say I don't do Christmas. It's a pagan holiday. Well, it used to be a pagan holiday that day. It absolutely was. But now it's the day that we Christians have chosen to recognize the birth of Jesus, right? When Christianity was new, when they were recruiting people and converting them to Christianity, they would take local holidays and traditions and make them Christian to get them involved. So they were pagans back then, right? So they incorporated the pagan holidays and turned them into Christian holidays to make it easier to convert these pagans to accept Jesus. That's all. It's not, we're not pagans that are worshiping Christmas trees and pagan holidays. We just hijacked the pagan holidays, made them Christian holidays to convert the pagans to Christianity. That's why that all happened. People make too much of that stuff.
Yeah, so I don't, and we just spread a lot of different things, that everybody believes certain things. I don't want to
Well, I know one thing about the Jehovah's Witnesses, okay? That the literature that you guys hand out with all that animation in it is scary.
Yeah, now finally they have it electronically, people can use their tablets.
Do you go to people's doors, door to door? Do you do that?
I was, but I strayed away. But I need to come back. I need to go do that. And
let me ask you, when you're going door to door. Now I'm serious. I've never had this kind of I never had a conversation with the Jehovah's Witness because when I see you guys walking, I go hide out, right? That's why I got the doorbell. I can see. But the thing, are you guys aware that people hide in their houses? Are Jehovah's Witnesses aware that people hide in their houses and try to be quiet so you know they're not home?
They don't answer the doorbell.
Yeah.
Where they
Yeah.
next day, or something, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody hides. Everybody hides. They shut the curtains. They shut the blinds. They turn off the TVs, and they make no noise. It's kind of like, yeah.
So in Russia now they can't do that. In Russia, you get arrested, you get prosecuted. It's the perfect time to boom in the radio. So yeah, so a lot of people are getting in different countries overseas and stuff like that.
But this is what I don't know. As a Jehovah's Witness, do you accept Jesus Christ as the Messiah, as our Lord and Savior? Is that a yes or a no?
Jesus Christ is Jehovah, which is God's son. Yes, and he is going to rule, and that's like I mentioned.
Okay, it sounds like we meet part of the way, but I guess you don't accept the Trinity. Okay, all right, okay. Appreciate the call. Hey, listen, if you're on hold, stand by. We're going to get the last gold report of the week in just a moment, which should be. This has been some week, and it's a week to really pay very close attention to William Youngerman. We're going to take our last break of the day, come back with the gold report, and we got a lot more to discuss too. 1-888-GO-CANE-1 is our number. 888-465-2631. We've had great calls today, by the way. Great calls, which I enjoy. All right, we'll take that break and be right back.
The cold, hard truth. Delivered morning 6 to 9 right here on The Steve Kane Show.
All right, and it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated in Boca with the last gold and precious metals report of the week. William Youngerman, how the metals looking?
The metals looking good. They're going to end on a very strong note, it looks like, for the end of this week, which has been very bullish for the precious metals. Gold up $1 yesterday after getting up to $1,934. It closed at $1,919.50. Silver was down 10 cents after trading in a range from $21.47 up to $22.13. Closing at $21.67, down 10 cents. Platinum was up $13 at $972, and palladium continues to fall, down $52 yesterday at $13.58 on the close. This morning we see gold up $23.50 as the banking scares continues to take place, and the flight to safety and quality continues, with gold being in the lead. Up $23.50 right now at $1,943 the ounce. Silver $22 at up 32 cents. Platinum up $18 at $990, and palladium down $18 at $1,340. So that's where we're heading right now, and the market's again very firm. A lot of buying going on, and physical demand is very strong as people do a flight to safety and feel that the precious metals, of course, are the only real money that you can hold in there. That being said, I expect to be seeing shortages again in these precious metals, with premiums already beginning to rise this week. I talked about the lower premiums. I think those lower premiums have gone away, and they're starting to head up as the supply factor is coming into challenge.
Now, let me ask you, I was talking to someone I know yesterday who will remain nameless, and they were telling me, you know, they got a lot of silver. They love silver, but they have so much of it that they're having a hard time storing the silver. And I told them they should call you, that it sounds like a good time to turn that silver into some gold, possibly. Is that a good idea? Is that something you can help people with?
Well, yes, definitely. People trade in silver and for gold, and vice versa also all the time. And we are able to do that for our clients, and basically you're exchanging commodity like precious metals, so it doesn't even involve a tax situation. It's very easy to do that, and you can switch back and forth all you want with us.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people, the silver can get bulky, sometimes if you have a lot of it. Another thing too, I want to tell people about, because we're moving into a time where it sounds like we're going to start hearing some really, really, really high prices for gold, which is a good thing. And for those of you that, we give out the price by an ounce and you're like, I don't have that much money. Gold is available in fractional sizes, and really there's gold available for pretty much anyone's budget, so you can get in on the gold. Can you tell people about that, William Youngerman?
Yeah, we have gold all the way down into even to, right now we have even some 1 gram gold bars. That's like 1/32 of an ounce of gold. So we can help everybody in any bracket.
That's right. And gold is gold. So listen, William Youngerman opens up at 10 a.m. Give him a call toll free, 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, williamyoungerman.com, or better yet, stop right in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. All right, William Youngerman, we'll talk on Monday.
Okay, have a great weekend. Thank you now.
All right, back after this. All righty. Okay, our phones are so busy, guys. I'm going to get to the phones and just tell everyone that's on hold, I'm going to try to get to as many of these calls as I can before 9. So gather your thoughts. It is open phones, but try to jump to the best part of your point of your call when I tell you you're on the air, okay? But first, I want to tell everyone about this incredible cruise through the wine country of Portugal down the Douro River. This is amazing. And the date of this cruise is August 23rd through September 2nd. And this is a very important period, all right? This is not a date that was selected at random. August 23rd to September 2nd is the best time for this cruise. You know, down the Douro River, the river cruise goes by all of these incredible vineyards. And of course, stops along the way at these vineyards where you can take the grapes right off the vine and eat them. There's wine tasting along the way. If you're a lover of wine, this is the trip for you. A once-in-a-lifetime, first-class adventure, a bucket list trip. There's great culinary events as well. But this is the time when the grapes are ripe and they're on the vines. And this is just, it's beautiful all the way down the Douro River. Now, if you book by March 31st, which gets closer and closer every day. Today's March 17th. If you book by March 31st, round-trip airfare to Lisbon is included, as well as high-speed rail transportation from Lisbon to Porto, where the river boat awaits. Okay, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and tips are included. For more information, go to brianportugal.com. When you go to brianportugal.com, on the left side of the screen, you're going to see a little button that says request a brochure. Click that button. It gives you all the details about this incredible cruise down the Douro River through Portugal's wine country. brianportugal.com. That's brianportugal.com. Go there and request a brochure. All right, let's go. You're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, good morning, Brian. It's Lisa. And my husband and I were listening and heard Helen talking, and we were discussing that, of course, yes, all of the disciples were Jewish. All of the original 12 disciples were Jewish. But also, I thought about Paul, and I said, what about Paul, honey? And he goes, I think Paul was a Roman Gentile.
Correct.
That Jesus then inspired to help the Gentiles, come to Jesus. But I respect Helen, and she's sweet, and I sure wouldn't ban her, but
who said anything about banning her? I'm not going to ban Helen.
No.
But listen. Let me respond to Helen. Okay, Helen has done something. She's put me in a bad position, and she wants me to give her a segment every day where she does the daily Bible verse, and I can't just hand over the show to someone for 5 minutes every day. And what she's done is she's using the Bible really as a bully weapon against me, by implying that, well, I'm denying the Bible, I'm not allowing the Bible out there, I'm a bad Christian. She does not behave in a Christian way. What she's doing is not in a Christian way, and it's rather dishonest. And it puts me in a bad spot. And I've talked about this openly on more than one occasion, and she still does it. And I've been a little short with her on this lately, and she's mad. Like Hallie Biden is mad because she only got $35,000. And that's the way it is, I mean, I'm sorry. I can't turn over the show to somebody like that every day. And in 5 minutes, she really wants like a 10. or more.
Well, I understand that totally, and, but that was all.
Okay, appreciate it. I love a caller who knows when they're out of material. A lot of callers don't know, like Conservative Doug. Good morning, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Terry. I'm from Lauderdale.
Hey.
Hey, listen, I was listening to what you said. I like hearing your show. You know, it's very intriguing.
I hear a butt comment.
I was wanting to talk about Trump.
Oh, that's always a great topic. And you never know, President Trump may be listening.
Guys.
Yeah. And you think that's what Trump is, like a cult leader demigod?
Trump says he's a demigod. Okay? Now, a demigod is a man who believes his father is a god, right?
Okay.
Okay, now what I'm trying to say is, now, he's not claiming that God is his father, but it's the other one. It's Satan that's his father. And so what a demigod is that he believes he has power. And the thing is, because his father's a god and his parent is a human.
Uh-huh.
That's why everyone that's afraid of Trump, because they know that he's a demigod. Now, Trump, you know, he wants to destroy the whole world. He wants to destroy the United States of America.
Really?
It's this demigod, which was called Trump, you know, he wants...
Demi, that's like Demi Moore.
He destroys America.
Uh-huh. Why? Okay, let me. No. Hold on. You've asked some. You've brought up some good points. I want to talk to you about some of them. You said that President Trump wants to destroy America. Why would President Trump want to do that?
Because he wants to divide the nation. He wants
Why?
White people from black people.
Really? Why?
Because the enemy wants to. He comes to kill, to steal, and to destroy.
But why? Why does he want to destroy America? You're talking about how he's going to do it, dividing white and black. Why would a man want to destroy America, where his family lives and everything he's built in his life is located? Why would he want to destroy America?
Well, the thing is because he has adopted it. You ever seen the Antichrist?
Oh, he's the Antichrist. Okay, this thing about him saying he's a demigod, I don't know if he said that or not. If he did, that's called sarcasm. He was joking. Let me tell you what this is. Let me tell you about Donald Trump and how and you're a caller of color. You're a black man in America, right?
Yes.
Okay, I can tell by your voice. You know, there's another American that I'm a big fan and supporter of and admire a lot, and that's Martin Luther King Jr. Although he died before I was born, I once got to meet John Lewis, and I was proud to meet John Lewis because he was mentored by Dr. King, and I shook John Lewis's hand, and I said, I'm proud to meet you, Congressman. This is as close to Dr. King as I'll ever get, shaking the hand that Martin Luther King himself is one shook. So it was a pretty big thing. Okay, and the reason I bring that up is I believe Donald Trump is a Martin Luther King-like figure in America. And let me make my case. Okay. And I believe this. Okay. But I wanted you to understand how much I respect Martin Luther King. Okay. I took my daughter to his church and his museum and everything else. President Trump is a civil rights leader. I know people don't view him that way. No one told me that. This is my conclusion. Martin Luther King was leading African Americans away from the tyranny of the Democrats who were segregating blacks and lynching blacks, right? What Donald Trump is doing is leading America to freedom. He's leading Americans to be free from the tyranny of our government that's been selling our country out since the end of the Second World War. Making America great again is about freeing Americans from the oppression of our government. He's a civil rights leader.
He wants America to be destroyed. That's why
that's stupid. Why? Okay. Why would he want to destroy? You're in for who's the leader of the KKK?
Trump.
He's the leader of the KKK. Do you know? Okay, Barack Obama okay, was a community activist leader with Acorn and some other groups before he was in government, right? You're aware of this, right? He was a civil rights leader. You know, do you know what the very first Democrat Party community activist organization was? It was not Acorn. What was the name of the Democrats' first community activist organization?
Well, I don't actually know.
Oh, you do. You do. You just don't realize it. The original community activist organization that the Democrats had was the Ku Klux Klan, the KKK. That was their first community activist organization, and it was a Democrat organization oppressing black Republicans so that black Republicans wouldn't vote.
Thing is Trump. Everybody thinks Trump is this great person.
He's a great man.
Comes in and he wants to destroy this nation.
You keep saying that, but it's okay. You're in for you call. Listen, we only have 90 seconds left, so you're going to be I'm going to continue this as long as I can. The rest of you on hold. If you want to hold on over the weekend, I'll be back Monday at 6, and if you're on hold now, you'll be first in line on Monday. I promise. You're in Fort Lauderdale. You could drive up to Mar-a-Lago today and drive by it. Why would Donald Trump want to destroy Mar-a-Lago where he lives with his family, that beautiful estate? That makes no sense to me, caller.
No, what I'm saying is that he's buddied without any proof. That's his threat. Now, who become friends with Putin? That in America, we hate Putin. We hate these people because.
Well, I don't hate Putin. What has Putin done to you or me that we should hate him for?
This nation, just like Trump.
Oh, okay. Listen, we're out of time. But call me next week and call me earlier in the show because I'd like to talk to you longer. We don't have time to really talk, and you bring up a lot of points I'd like to shoot down, but I don't have time. Because I could wake you up. You call me on Monday. By Friday, I'll have you wearing a MAGA hat every day.
Right.
No, I'm serious. All right, take care. Thanks, man. Listen, we're all out of time for the week. Those of you on hold, hang in there. I'll be back Monday morning at 6 a.m. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest running radio show. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump. See you Monday.
WWNN Pompano Beach, WIRK HD3 Indiantown. Programming paid for by Vic Canales Media Group.
All right, guys, I got to run. Make sure you like the video and subscribe before you go, all right? Take care.